I want to get more now from the US. That breaking news: Harvey Weinstein has been found guilty of one sex crime charge, not guilty on another, and no verdict on the rape charge. Let's try and get a bit of clarity about what's going on. We can speak to our North America correspondent, Neda Taufik. Hi, Neda. Just talk us through what's happened in court.
Yeah, well, remember, this is the second trial of Harvey Weinstein in New York after the first one was overturned by a court of appeals that found that prosecutors had unfairly allowed women that weren't officially part of the charges to testify. So on the second go-around, there was, of course, intense interest in how the jury would look at the evidence from two women, two of the same women who testified in the first trial, but also a new third accuser in this second case. Nevertheless, though, we have seen the jury deliberating over 5 days. And during those 5 days, there has been a lot of tension. In fact, there have been reports that the foreperson on the jury actually complained to the judge about some of the tactics being used by other jurors to try to change the minds of others, bringing in some evidence, for example, that wasn't part of the case. And Weinstein's attorneys actually tried to move for a mistrial, but the judge just reminded jurors that they had to look solely at the evidence in this case. So after 5 days, we now have a decision where the jury has found Harvey Weinstein guilty of a criminal sexual act with one of the women, Mimi Haley. Now, she was a production assistant that worked with Weinstein, and she has accused him of forcibly performing oral sex on her. So they have found Weinstein guilty on that charge. They have found Weinstein not guilty on the third new accuser, a Polish model who said that she was hoping that Weinstein would help her with her career, but then also forced oral sex on her. Now, there is a third woman who was part of the original case, Jessica Mann. She actually had a long consensual relationship with Weinstein, but accused him of rape. Now, the jury is going to return tomorrow to continue deliberating on that count. But look, we are years from the Me Too movement. Harvey Weinstein, of course, was kind of the poster man for that movement because of how many women in Hollywood had come out and spoken out against him. And so his initial trial, where he was found guilty, was really seen as a victory for that movement. Years on, many were waiting to see what the result would be this time around. So a partial victory for one of the women who the jury heard her case and believed her, but more to come as we wait to see what the jury has to say about the rest of the case.